You just don't hate the mainstream media press enough, Abe. Telling you right now. Albion's under attack from foreign invaders swinging machetes, and kitchen knives, right? And I know that Idris Elba is very concerned about you English people and your knives. You don't need knives in your kitchen. No, that's stupid. No, that's stupid. Hold on a second. What? We don't need knives in our kitchen? That's a weird thing to say. No. I think where we don't need knives is in the hands of illegal alien migrant foreigners who are stabbing cars.
You've got a fucking knife.
Hey, take that. Come on. What? Wiggity, what? Oi. We've moved on from stabbing 17-year-old girls in the neck to stabbing your Audis. There you go. Bap. Take that, mirror. Or whatever you guys in England call it. But clearly the problem in this situation is the dreaded kitchen knife. The dreaded kitchen knife. Says Idris Elba. Says the BBC. Even this country will run cover for the foreign invader criminals in the UK because it's a worldwide op. Take a look at this. So yesterday, you had a man, right, a Norfolk man, 30-year-old Norfolk man who wears white shoes. Okay, that's weird. And he chucked a kid into a crocodile pen. Now, they wouldn't really... It's this. First of all, the guy's now been released on bail. We still don't know his name. We know his age. We know his pant length. Right? We don't know his name. And here's the BBC, right? Boy, 3, attacked by crocodile at zoo. Yeah, that's how that happened. That's how that happened. The crocodile climbed. Because of climate change and racism, the crocodile was able to climb out of the pen and snatch up a 3-year-old. No, that's not what happened. Again, that's the BBC. Here's this country. This is NBC News. 3-year-old critically injured by crocodile after ending up in its enclosure. How did he end up in the enclosure? A foreign invader threw him in. And now the mainstream media press is running cover. The judiciary in the UK is running cover. Released the guy on bail. Chud the builder can't get bail in this country because he said a mean word. But this dude who threw a kid into a crocodile pen, he can get bail. Wow. Yeah. All of these places are under attack, and they're under attack because we don't enforce our border in Western civilization, right? I know taxation is theft. Tax Network USA, today's sponsor, knows that taxation is theft. But we have got to enforce our borders. So if you're going to steal money from me, government, it only goes to ICE at this point. And I imagine the same thing in the UK. But first things first, you should send as little money as possible to these IRS thieves, and that's where Tax Network USA comes in handy. Do you owe back taxes? Do you have unfiled tax returns? Or have you filed every year but you still end up owing? Did you retire suddenly and get hit with a tax bill you didn't expect? Are you a business owner with messy books and a balance that you can't afford? Maybe you pulled money from your 401k or your IRA, and now the government thinks that it's owed a share. However your tax issues started, the outcome is always the same. The balance is not going down. The penalties grow. The interest compounds, and many of you are about to owe again with no plan in place. So stop what you're doing and call Tax Network USA. The IRS isn't waiting. They're enforcing their collections through wage garnishments, bank levies, and property seizures. They can even file without your consent. This is where Tax Network USA comes in. With over 15 years experience, there hasn't been a case they haven't seen or been able to resolve. They specialize in tax controversies and help taxpayers nationwide get back on track by resolving back taxes and unfiled returns once and for all. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, their team has resolved over $1 billion in tax debt. and they can do the same for you. But you have to call now. They're offering a free investigation call with the IRS. After that investigation, they put together a clear case plan with you to help resolve your tax problem, get you back on track. This is about you using your legal rights before the government can set terms for you. So don't wait for another IRS or a frozen bank account. Call 866-409-5069. That's 866-409-5069, or visit tnusa.com/salty or click the link below. So how does this situation work itself out? Well, if the government's not going to enforce its border, if the government and the judiciary is going to run cover for foreign invaders throwing 3-year-olds in crocodile pens, right? You're going to continue importing third worlders who don't want to assimilate to Britannia, and they're going to go out there and stab people, acid attack people, throw children in crocodile pens, stab people's cars. Well, the English dudes are just going to solve this problem then. All right? Here you've got BAP, 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 take that windshield. There you go. Aloha, now he's stabbing the wind. There you go. I was waiting for him to accidentally stab himself in the kidney doing that. That would have been great. Here comes the English men. Now he's stabbing a tavern. That's where they've lost it. Like, nope, now we've had not our tavern. BAP! BAP! Oh! Get him again! There you go. Guess who's going to get arrested in this situation? This is why we've got to start arresting judges. All right? We got to start arresting. They're going to try to arrest those dudes. Look at those savages. Oi! You're ruining my Guinness! Boom! Got him. BAP! 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 And maybe you'll think twice. Maybe they won't think twice. Who knows? But they're eventually going to run into some English dudes who aren't going to be so kind. That's incredibly kind as far as I'm concerned. Look at that. I mean, that chair, part of it's cushioned. Maybe that's what hit the dude in his jaw. Probably not, but don't care. But I would have been fine if they picked that dude up and threw him through a car window. Yeah. Because I know the police over here, the flashing cherries and berries, they ain't going to do anything. They're just going to let the dude go. Right? I've seen a lot of the UK police lately. Most of the UK police are dudes from Tanzania. They're from Libya. 60% of the UK police force hates English dudes. And then the other 40% are chicks. English chicks who hate English dudes. It's an op. We're being sold down the river. Western civilization. We're being undermined by ugly lefty chicks and foreigners. I mean, this guy's just stabbing the... Boy, there's a man who's definitely not dodging the low IQ allegations. Stab your car. This car's been racist to me. There you go. There you go. What is happening here? Take that window. Yeah. Yeah, gee, I wonder what would solve this problem over here, guys. I wonder what would solve this problem. Let me go down to the Hollywood elite. What would solve that problem?
It's very difficult, that domestic knife. I do think there is, of the knives used in most of the terrible crimes, that's one of the stats in the films. And those kitchen knives are usually a domestic situation, okay?
So we should get rid of kitchen knives. Oh, guys, listen, I'm an idiot. The kitchen knife's clearly the problem over here. The Magna Carta is clearly the problem. Common law, borders, all of that's clearly the problem in this situation. What we should do is we should put some sort of knifey tax, right? $8 billion for every knife that you want to buy. Just get rid of the sharp edges. That's the point of a knife, Idris. Now, I think the problem over here is that a group of individuals have been imported into this country who hate this country. Hate this country. This is an op. Look how much protection these migrants get. Boy 3 attacked at zoo. Worldwide op. Boy critically injured after being attacked. He found himself. Look at that. Made his way through a maze and found himself into the... No, that's not how any of this happened. You guys are importing individuals into Western civilization, and then you're giving them aid and cover when they act out like that. When they stab people in the neck, when they stab our cars, when they do mass stabbings on the metro. And then you go, oh, well, it's the English people's fault. It's Knife's fault. Again, you're asking for dudes to put their Guinness down and solve the problem themselves. And you're not going to like how they solve the problem, all right? They're not always going to solve the problem like this. Go ask the Irish. The Irish are setting stuff on fire. All right? The Irish are completely done. And that Irish energy is going to flow down through the UK. And you're going to see more and more and more people who are absolutely done with this nonsense, and they understand that they're under attack, not only from the crazy maniacs with knives in the street, but they're under attack from the judiciary who protects these people. They're under attack from the media propagandists who protect these people. Wouldn't it be nice if your average English mad lad over here got the same type of protection from the government and the media that these four knife-swinging goofballs got? Wouldn't that be nice, Abe? We got to take back our government and start arresting people. All over the place, by the way. All right? Got to do it in this country. Got to do it in Australia. Got to do it in Canada. Got to do it over there in the UK. We have got to start arresting these politicians and fixing this situation. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching the video. Check out today's sponsor, Tax Network USA. If you need help sending as little money as possible to those thieves at the IRS, and then make way, because the salt must fall.